All right, good afternoon. It is officially 4:01. We'll call this special meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order at 4:01. It's Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. And the purpose of the special meeting is to finalize our proposed budget so we can get it presented tomorrow night. Is Craig waiting is on? No? Okay. Craig, can you hear us?
I can hear you, kinda. I'm in a loud spot, but I'll try to hear as best I can.
Does that have to be off, that little microphone?
Am I on mute?
You got me?
Craig, you got us?
Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Bad signal.
Oh,
That has
I can
line
hear
through.
you.
I think it's just the mute icon.
Brian, you can't hear me?
He said he can hear us. Can you talk? Can you respond?
I keep trying to respond. I don't know why you can't hear me. Can you guys hear me or no? How about now? Can you hear me now?
Greg, can you hear us?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me? I can hear you fine. Don't know why it's not letting me talk to you.
All right. We'll just keep you on speaker and it'll talk into the mic box.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. All right, we've got Craig Whiting telephonically, Jesse Bunce, and myself. So what we have in front of us is the document that is what Emily has updated as far as our suggestions from last week. So if anyone has any outliers that they want to talk about or any further suggestions, I'll open up the floor.
Craig, I emailed it to you.
Yeah, I just got it. I was trying to read it, but I was in an Uber, so that didn't work. As long as it's what we discussed, I'm fine with everything that we changed at our last meeting.
All right. I know Jesse expressed some concerns to Paul, so we'll let him talk about.
Okay, so on the building clerk's salary, we were gonna go up. I think you said $6,500.
Yep.
So that's like a 20% bump.
Yep.
For her. We've gotten in 22, she got a 15% bump. 23, she got a 4% bump, and 24, a 4% bump. Now another 20% bump. So I'm just wondering if we should maybe lower that down a little bit and try and stick with a consistent number throughout. We have some employees that aren't getting anything, or elected officials, however you want to, and some that are. I'm just worried that that's a big, a big number to jump off the bat. Before, before 2017, she was a part-time employee with no benefits. And then when, Charlie took on, he upped it to a full-time position with benefits. So she got, I'm sure that's added in. No, it's wrong.
He's been full-time way before me, way before I've been here. I've been here since 2009.
Oh, Dougie told me it was,
No, that is not true.
She's been here since 2005.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know when she came full-time, but I can tell you since 2009,
So it must
she
have
has
been when-
been full-time.
2005?
9.
Okay.
That's when I got here. I'm saying since 2009, she's been full-time. That's what I'm telling you. When it went full-time, 2005 or between 9, I don't know,
Okay.
but that's not true.
All
It's
right.
been full-time since at least
And
09.
why are we doing so much research on one employee that you guys were trying to get rid of last year in an office where we sometimes don't have a building official and the office remains open all the time? The person's making like no money compared to what counterparts throughout the county and state are making. Why are we making this a big deal?
Well, he's getting a 20% raise.
He makes $22 an hour and has been there for 20 years.
Yeah.
I think she deserves a raise.
So
And you guys had personal attacks on this person for a year and a half. I'm tired of it.
yeah, and I'll add to that, Craig. She's making 22.82 an hour, and she's been here. Next year will be 20 years for her. And the last year alone, with the vacancy of the building inspector, and now we have Paul Betty, who is interim and helping us out. She's literally been the glue to that office, and she's had a report to us every month. And every month it's been double-digit permits issued, multiple thousands of dollars of fee revenue that she's allocated. She's collaborated with Torrington Area Health, with the fire marshal, with the zoning enforcement officer. And, at a time when we are trying, North Canaan has historically been the worst town for paying employees what they should have. We just finished last year the union contract for the town garage. That we're going to have to look at Kate next year because she's done amazing work at the transfer station. She should be making way more. So for your Jesse's stressing about 20% increase, it only brings it to $25 an hour, which is still peanuts given the immense responsibilities that she has. And I want to keep my vote's to keep it at that.
My vote as well. What's next on the list? The modification here. What else we got?
What do you got?
Well, okay, we also have this $18,000 software in this office that we've had it in here, I think 2 years now, Emily, right?
That has nothing to do with process.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't mean we don't need somebody in that office. It's not a replacement.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we could, this is just a suggestion, that we could get back to going with paper. And instead of doing the software, just get a big scanner, because I know you guys were running out of room and that was the big push because we're running out of floor space. And I get that. A lot of like banks and other things like that are using big blueprint software scanners, they're like probably $5,000 or $6,000, but it's a one-time hit, versus doing this 18,500 every time.
It's just unfortunate because we have this software which other towns are using. All the contractors and residents, they're all used to it now. Paul Betty uses it down in Thomaston. And I know that I'm aware of many times where Cheryl has asked you to come in and have conversations and you've avoided her over the last year like the plague. So I don't know what this vendetta is against her, but it's obvious when you wanted to eliminate it last year and now you're questioning her raise.
I didn't say anything about it last year. Me personally did not say it.
It's on record.
The only thing I will say about the software is we spent almost $36,000 of ARPA money to establish it.
Mhm.
A lot of money to decided in 2 years we don't want to do it anymore. I understand the fee to have the software is a lot, but we knew that going in.
No, I understand. I'm just saying with a full-time clerk, other towns around us are with the software are going to a lot less hours on their clerk, more hours with a building inspector. I know we don't have that option.
Where's your proof on that, Jesse? Where's your proof on that? Because all this stuff is unfounded.
Yeah, well, that's what
Where's your
Salisbury's,
proof? Give me some proof.
Salisbury's doing that.
There's nobody in Salisbury's building office.
Mike handles it.
There's nobody else in Salisbury's
She
building.
comes in a few hours a week and neatens it up.
The problem
Why
is
are we
we don't
comparing
currently have
ourselves to
a
Salisbury?
guy that would
All the time.
Okay. All right, well, no need to beat a dead horse, okay?
Can our building official from Litchfield go online and look at all the permits that are being applied to and all that kind of stuff and respond online as opposed to having a big scanner and copies?
Yes, that's the convenience of it.
Okay.
If we did have the scanner, though, we could do the same thing. It could be uploaded to a file. You could view it from anywhere on the computer. Things of that nature. I mean, we're talking,
The fact that, Jesse, it is so obvious that the purpose of this is to try to limit or get rid of the building official's secretary or assistant. It's just so obvious. Can we get, what's next on the list? Because I'm voting to keep this in the budget. And we can listen to other people complain about it at workshops. What's next? I'm just tired of the BS and so what's next?
okay, my salary, my $6,500 salary. I was laying out, some playgrounds with Dr. Roy. I would like that salary. I'd like to allocate that salary to the AHA program for them. Dr. Roy and Beth Johnson met with me. We walked around the grounds. They could really use some funds. Like you allocated yours for, I think, Susan B. Anthony last year.
Yours doesn't exist anymore.
Well, you asked me last week if I wanted it or didn't want it. So I assume I can have it, right?
Do you want to increase it by $6,500?
Yeah, I'd like to increase it and donate it, allocate it towards AHA.
Well, here's my problem. I don't want to put a line item on the thing for AHA right now because that is what this is leading to. If you want to donate your salary, then take a salary and donate the money towards it after the fact. But
Yeah, it's not going to be noted in the budget. Right.
They put in a request and they withdrew a request, and we are all for supporting the kids.
Yeah.
But this makes it.
And I have an email, which all of us were on, from Mary Beth Marchi, who's the president of that foundation. And she said she's no longer requesting funds from the town at this time. That's on record.
I saw the email. I'm not denying that. I'm just
So
saying,
you want to put $6,500 of taxpayer money in the back into your line only to give it to AHA when they said they no longer request it. That's what you're saying on record?
I'm saying that I spoke with Dr. Roy, who's been our principal for years and done great things for the kids. I spoke with Beth Johnson. I feel that this is something we should do for the kids.
You can donate money all you want, but what you're saying is you want to put $6,500 worth of taxpayer money back into your salary line, only for you to in turn and give it to AHA, who said they don't need them. They're not requesting it anymore. So if you have $6,500 of your personal money, you can donate it to whoever you want. But it's not you donating. It's that you're asking the taxpayers for $6,500 on your line only to donate it. You see how screwed up that is? It's money you haven't even earned yet.
And making a line item for something that.
Technically, my term's up in 2 months, like, once this goes into
This is
effect.
next year's budget.
I know.
It's money you haven't earned yet. So you're saying to the taxpayers, you want it in their budget so you can look like the hero and give it to AHA. It's not your money.
Okay.
Am I missing something here?
Well, weren't you able to do it with $1,500? You just made that happen last budget hearing.
Yeah, that's it was already there. You're zeroed out. You don't have a salary. You withdrew it last year, so it's not in the budget.
I think
Yeah.
what he's saying is if you want your salary, we'll put your salary back in.
Fine, that's what we can do.
That's
I'll
what you
just
want.
donate it through that.
You can do whatever you want, but
I'm just trying to help out, people that are trying to work.
I understand that. I'm not arguing your intent to donate money.
Yeah.
But how you just presented it, you basically said, I'm going to donate the money, but I want the taxpayers to pay the $6,500 and it's going to go through you. That's like,
No, it's not gonna go through me. It's just gonna come, instead of it going back, kick back to the general fund. It would
you
go
said you
directly
wanted
to
it on
AHA.
your salary line.
Well, however
Let
you
me
wanna
ask you,
allocate the
Jesse.
$6,500, I don't mind.
Yeah,
let me ask you, Jesse, when you campaign this year, are you gonna put, I gave my salary back to give $6,500 to because that is just wrong.
Isn't it going into a
on
budget?
counts.
It's going into something for the kids for the school?
This is like a huge ethics issue, and I'd like to
Yeah.
get the attorney's opinion on it.
Sure.
Yeah, you're publicly saying you want the taxpayers to pay your salary, and then you're gonna donate it. That's not the intent of a municipal budget.
If you want your salary back, say you want your salary back, but don't say you want your salary back so you can donate it to op. I mean, this just makes everything look so obvious with the request for $5,000 and then request denied, and oh, we'll just get Jesse to get his salary
They
back.
didn't, they didn't get a denied request. They just,
We're not denied, withdrawn.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. All of this is so transparent, and I'm sorry for being so blunt, but I'm just sick of the sick folks. If you want your salary back, say you want your salary back. Don't say you want your salary back so you can donate it to AHA to build a playground.
we're not using it to build a playground. It's for after school sports. The playground was donated by Ben Wolford and the site work was donated by my business. This is
And
just
there's
something,
controversy- And there was controversy with that too. We could ask another prominent person that tried to do all the work on that and what happened with that whole situation. Which I
okay.
won't bring up in a public meeting, but if you and I want to talk about it in private, we more than certainly can.
Oh, sounds like you just did, Craig, you know?
All right, next item.
All right, so we had about $700,000 left over in our budget last year
Where are you getting that?
off of the cut and fills on these sheets.
There's not 700,000. Which budget are you talking about?
For
We're
last,
not done with the year yet.
If you're looking at like the sheet that I give you guys every month.
Yeah.
We're not done paying. We haven't even paid our resident trooper yet. So I'm not sure what you're looking at, but there's not $700,000 left.
okay,
There's definitely money left, or if you're talking about our general fund, yes, there's surplus in our general fund. But there wasn't $700,000 left.
well. Okay, I just figured we should look at this at the end and see where we're actually at. And maybe look into that car tax thing a little bit more. And see
Well,
if we wanna, if we could pad that out over the next few years versus just having it be a hit a couple years down the road. If the budget, once we see all the numbers and the Board of Finance plugs it all in, look at it that way. And then maybe revisit that.
we voted to do with what we said, and it's already been. Why are, we don't know, we can't wait until the end of the year to pass a budget based on what we didn't spend on this year.
So that was a vote we made last week. That was an amended agenda when the assessor came in. It's not applicable to this meeting.
We have 3 cars. I don't want to pay more taxes, but I also don't think that it's fair that people that rent in this town, yes, their landlords pay for their.
They're paying their taxes through their rent, Craig, you know?
Paying their rent through their, yes, but
So, I mean, I see what you're saying, but at the same time, their rent is gonna be based off of what that owner has a cost of insurance, taxes, and mortgage fees on that house, with probably a little bit of profit built in, and that's why rents are so crazy. Well, I'm just saying, you know, if we looked at it a little bit more, I don't know.
it's 5% on, like, my wife's car is probably one of the more expensive cars in town. $700, 5%. What's that? $60 in a year on a Cadillac. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's spreading the money out and not just the property owner.
Yep. Okay,
All right.
So are you putting your salary in? You want 6,500?
yes.
Okay, so the end result here is it's gonna be Well, 1796 plus 6,500. Under 10.
All right, you know what? I think after being in this position for a year, realizing all of the work that goes into it and considering compensation for all three of us and trying to incentivize people to become more civically involved and civically engaged. I've had a couple conversations and I'd like our salaries to be equivalent across the board. So even though there's a 1, 2, and 3, so my $31,000 salary, I'm going to bring down to 6,500. So we're all equal. I'm willing to take. I'm willing to take that hit for the town.
I think you're insane with the amount of work and time you put into it, but
It's not about the money. It's a passion. So, you know,
I
if this can help if this can help the taxpayers, we're equal across the board. 6,500 to the three of us. So that should bring our budget into the negative, which is good.
It's good. It's not fair to you at all. I mean,
No, it is.
not
It
for
is.
nothing. Every snowstorm you're out there before the sun's out there, I think that the reason that there's a first selectman and that the loser of that race gets put into the pool with the rest of us is because your scope of responsibility is much more than second, third selectman, but you're willing to. I think that's fine if you're willing to do that, but it shouldn't be a precedent for whoever else gets that position.
No, absolutely. This is just for the position I'm in now.
Okay,
So, is there a motion to accept this proposed budget and present it to the Board of Finance?
move.
Second.
Jesse seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Craig.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, sorry, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all good, Craig. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, I'll make the changes, get it back to you.